Well, hello. I've waited for this for a little while, and maybe some of you have as well. I have brewed a Sierra Nevada Torpedo Extra IPA. This is a store-bought version of it. Thank you, Brian, an old friend of mine from way back in middle school. He brought me some of these so that I could do this. So I have this, and I have the home brew version of it over there in the keg. And of course, 2 identical glasses, which were also given to me by Robert, who also gave me the beer kit to brew the Torpedo. So let's pour. We're gonna do a side by side. Can you tell? Let's do this. These beers are not going to taste the same. If they did, I'd be extremely surprised. Everything is different about these, other than just the basic ingredients. Really, the brewing conditions, probably the yeast, everything. So we're just going to do it. We're going to see how close does the home brew taste to the actual beer. Okay, it's an awesome IPA. You got to try it. All right. So let's pour this first. And we will get the other one in a second. Yeah, okay. Let's go a little bit more vigorous toward the end. Okay, so there you have it. All right. So you got a nice, unfiltered, nicely carbonated. I don't know if you guys can see the bubbles in there, but they're there. Okay. Let me sneak over there, and I will fill this glass with the home brew version of this Torpedo. Doing this real time, so we're not editing anything. Let's pour this one out. This one may have a little bit more foam, but that is, it's got a lot more foam actually, but that is certainly because of the way that I've got it, pressurized and it's spilling. Okay, get it over here quickly. Okay, there. All right. So right off the bat, you can see that there's a difference in the way they look. The presentation is different, but that is just the way I have it. Not carbonated, but the way I have it pressurized to pour the beer. So, mine looks better anyway. So, let's compare the colors. Mine's a bit darker and not quite as clear. I could have let it sit longer, but I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. So as far as the color goes, yes, this is a bit darker. Now, there could be a reason for that in the brewing process. I used a liquid malt extract to brew my beer, and I also didn't do a full boil. And I added all of the malt extract into a sort of a mini boil. So that can darken the malt extract a little bit. It can caramelize it a slight bit. So, or it just could be the ingredients. We don't know. We don't know why they're different. But certainly, right off the bat, there's going to be a difference in mouthfeel because of the difference in the way the foam worked out. Okay? So, and by the way, foam is nice, but it's overrated. Just because a beer doesn't have a big head on it doesn't mean it's not a good beer. Okay? So, there you have it. I'm going to start with the store-bought version. And see what this is. I'm ramping up to this. Okay, let's just do it. Okay, store-bought Sierra Nevada Torpedo Extra IPA. Cheers. What a wonderful beer. I can promise you that this does not taste exactly like this. Okay. This has a sort of a sweet characteristic to it. There's definitely some crystal malt in there, or some sort of a caramel malt. that's left some residual sweetness in the beer to counteract the hops, the huge amount of hops that are in this beer. So it's a very well balanced beer. And, you know, I would only hope that I could make a beer as good as this one. Let's give it another shot. I'm going to be drunk by the end of this video. It's a beer you want. It's the kind of beer you want to chew on. You don't want to swallow it. It tastes amazing. Okay, so now that we've let that settle down for a little bit, boy, that's good. I like that. Now let's give the, and I'm gonna be honest here. Okay, I brewed this. You know, this is my beer, and hopefully I did it right and did good temperatures and added things at the right times and all that stuff. Let's give this one a whirl. All right, cheers, everybody. Oh, okay. I didn't do the smell thing, but excuse me. You know. That's not that far off, to be quite honest with you. And really, let's be realistic. I'm not going to, you know, make this exact beer with, you know, just doing it down here the way I did it in a simple way. But that is actually not far from that. Okay, let's get into the differences. Here's where I get drunk, because you got to keep on. Okay, we're double fisted. All right, let's give this. Let's do this now. Let me go back and forth a few times. I'll tell you what I think are the differences between these two beers. This is going to take some time. This is going to take some time. Just bear with me, okay? Yeah, all right. Okay. Right off the top, this is sweeter. It has more of a caramel aspect to it. This is, you know, it's not as sweet. And, you know, a lot of people don't think of beer as sweet, but if you take the sugar, if you take the sweetness out of these beers, they're going to be terribly bitter and you won't be able to drink them. So, this, on the other hand, the hops are fresher. Okay, which makes sense because, you know, this has been sitting in my fridge for a few months. The hops in this beer, in the homebrew, have more of the aroma and the flavor of when they first came out of the package. Excuse me. So right there, it's not a fair comparison because this beer is fresher. But it's not as sweet as this beer. I wouldn't say that this beer is quite as well balanced as this beer, but hey, you know, just down here in my basement, not bad for a basement brew, right? Let's try it again. I'll start with this one this time. Hiccup. Okay, here we go. This is good. My goodness. This is a good effing beer. This is a good beer. I don't care what the name of it is. This is an excellent IPA. It's a very nice double IPA. Very good stuff. I'm very pleased with this. Very pleased. Okay. The carbonation's about the same. That's just luck, you know. I just happened to match it. The hop profile, mind you, is very similar. The two beers, as far as the hops go, are very similar in that they both have the same sort of painting of hops, if you will. Because there's 3 different hops in this. I don't know what's in this beer, but the same profile, if you will. Footprint, I don't know what word you want to use, of hops. There's the same amount of bitterness. There's a certain amount of mid-tone, and then the upper end of it. There's a little bit more in this beer because of it's fresher, but they do taste. I would basically say that this is a very, very good clone of this beer. Okay, now people can you can tweak it, you can brew it yourself if you can get this beer, then you can do this yourself, and I urge you to, because it's interesting. Obviously, they were brewed in completely different conditions, and so on, with completely different, quality control and everything else. But I'm happy with it. It seems to have calmed itself down. As far as the look of it goes, it's got the lacing, if that's important to you. It's got a nice cap on it. If that's what's important to you. This one here, it's sort of, and these both glasses were washed the same way. It's kind of dyed, it's sort of just there it is. But it's amazing. It's an excellent beer. So, bottom line, this can't be a very exciting video for some of you, just sitting here watching me go back and forth. The bottom line is that this is slightly sweeter. This is slightly more, has more sharpness to the hops because of the, freshness of it. As far as the malt aspect of it, as I said, this one's a bit sweeter than this one. Obviously the look of them is a bit different. But other than that, I would consider this a very good, clone of this beer. Okay? So that's the best I can do. I'm not a beer reviewer. When you drink beer, you burp. Put that on the bottom of the screen. There you go. That's one of my sayings. It's just you can't help it. That's a very good comparison. A very good clone of a really nice beer. So basically, that's what this video is all about. So what else can I say? I'm getting tipsy. Okay. All right. Here we go. One more. Very nice. Very nice. You can make beer like this at home. You can. This is awesome beer. You can make it. There are differences. Tiny. I'm being honest with you. Honest to God, to my palate, these are very similar. Not as close as the Bone Shaker and the Torpedo, because those to me were almost identical, like they were almost indistinguishable, but these are very close. So this is a very good recipe. And so there you go. If you want to taste a Sierra Nevada Torpedo and you can't buy one, then you should make this beer. Okay? Malt extract, do it all grain, however way. The company that provided this beer has both types. You can do all grain or you can do extract. I'll put the thing on the screen for the website where you can buy the kit for this beer. I'm not being, I'm not advertising or anything for them, but I'm just saying that's where you buy it. And it's awesome. They're very, very close. I'm happy. Thanks, Robert, for letting me try this. And thanks, Brian, for letting me do this comparison by bringing me from the States this Torpedo. That's it, guys. Thank you so much. Looks like I've got to go sit in the corner somewhere and finish these. Maybe go listen to some vinyl or something like that. Please check out my vinyl channel. It's Vinyl TV on YouTube. And, subscribe, please. And click that little bell, of course, down there so you get notified. Thumb up the video if you like it. Thumb it down if you don't. It's all good. And I will see you soon. Got more stuff coming up here on CraigTube. Thank you, guys. Be safe. And cheers.